Hey guys, Mtashed here, and I wanted to give you some tips on playing ranked in Destiny 2. If you're like me and you want to go get that Redrix's Claymore, you want to get Legend status, I have a couple of tips that I think are going to really help you, coming from a guy that's been playing FPS games for like 900 years. So let's just get started. Tip number one is pretty obvious, but play with a team. People that you're comfortable with. People that you can communicate with on Discord or in a PS4 party or whatever it might be. Even if these players are average at best, communication is going to come out on top more often than not. Playing with a team, which I'm currently not doing in this video, is a huge opportunity to not only team shot and come out on top in situations where you can outnumber the opponents, but you can coordinate pushes, you can coordinate supers, and it's going to lead to overall map domination. If you recognize a couple of people are weak after you just died, you can tell your teammates, hey, they're weak, go in and kill them, and it's really going to help you out long term. When you play with the team, you're going to be more comfortable. You're going to understand people's tendencies, and you're going to realize that someone like Mtashed likes to flank a lot. Now, you might also realize very quickly that when Mtashed flanks, he doesn't always get the kill, but at least you know he's doing it. That means you can defend the heavy, or make sure that you're capturing the points in something like control. I think it's very important to consistently play with a team because even if you aren't the best, you're going to grow as a team and improve. Obviously, it would be smart to play with the best players possible, but good friends is also a great alternative if you can't find KJ Hovey to join your team in the lobby. Now, I wanted to avoid saying this, but I kind of have to say it. Team shooting in this game it's stupidly strong. You literally can get instantly melted by a team that's good at it. And if you're pushing lanes that they're watching, it's a suicide wish. Playing as a team gives you more opportunities to do these team shots on your opponents and instantly eviscerate them when they come into your vision. I know it's kind of boring. I know that most people don't really enjoy this slow, methodical, hold down a zone and aim down hallways kind of gameplay, but it works. It's the best. It's the strongest way to win games in the current meta. And that leads me into my next point. Play the meta. If you want to win ranked games, you're going to be going up against the sweatiest players you've ever seen because they want to win ranked games. They will use the best guns, like the Vigilance Wing. They will use the best grenade launcher, like Play the Game. They will abuse the crutchiest things you possibly can find because they work. They will be the team that's team shotting because it works, and you can't blame them. And if you say, oh, I'm too good for that, I don't want to use those guns, and you lose, too bad. That's your fault. That's what you get. You have to play the meta, because it's the optimal way to get the wins and the kills and the ranks. If you don't do it, you're going to be at a disadvantage in a lot of situations. Now, there might be guns that work alongside the quote-unquote best guns. You don't have to use the exact same loadout each game, but if you're running around with a wet banana peel for a weapon, you're going to have a bad time against someone who's got the best guns in the game. It's just logical. Why would you run around with a wet banana when Vigilance Wing can shoot you twice and kill you? You just don't do it. Okay? You just don't do it! Same thing goes for subclasses. I would argue that the Night Stalker isn't in the best place right now. The super can be very inconsistent. I think that the class is okay at best, but I wouldn't say it's a top tier pick. Just like your weapons, you should be picking something that can consistently do well. For me, that's the Striker Titan. It's got 2 good grenades, it's got a sweet super, you can panic super, you can chase him down, it's an all-around great class. And so I'll probably play Striker Titan for the most part. But there's other classes that are awesome too, such as the Dawnblade, such as the Voidwalker with Devour. There's a lot of different options, but if you're picking the worst class in the game for PvP, well, you're probably putting yourself at a disadvantage long term, especially when you start playing against better players that are able to really abuse some of the loopholes around the shadow shot. I mean, you can pretty much dive into a shadow shot and not get pulled out of your super if you do it the right way, but that's for another video. Now, this one, again, may be obvious, but power ammo is extremely strong in Destiny 2. Because nobody has shotguns and fusion rifles and snipers all game long, power ammo is one of the biggest ways to rack up a snowballing lead in the game. As a team, in my opinion, the biggest thing you should be doing is camping the power, defending it from all angles, and working as a team to secure it. Because there's usually only one or two on the map. If you can have a buddy system that's able to shut down both of them, or always shut down a centralized one, such as on Endless Vale, the other team is not going to win. I'm talking ever. They will never beat you if you're able to hold down heavy all game. I hope one day this isn't the case. I hope one day they balance the Crucible, that power ammo isn't this absolutely almighty thing, but right now, it is. It is an almighty thing. A guy running around with Play the Game or, Legend of Acreus or whatever it might be is a huge threat. And if that guy is always on your team, just do the math. I mean, just do the math. He's going to slay, he's going to make it easier for you to win, and he's going to be generating more supers for himself, which leads to orbs, which leads to snowballing supers on your team, which leads to wins. It's just a win-win-win-win situation. Especially if he's using something like a masterworked, Play the Game, or a masterworked main ingredient, or something like that, that's going to be generating a couple extra orbs with those kills anyway. Now, you don't have to designate it to one person, but I'm just saying, if you're giving your team that advantage all game long, it's over. It's completely over. Now, the next one I think is very important for any game, period, and that is play your life. Play your life like it is your only life. I know that you can respawn, but if you run away, if you get away, you are doing one of two things. One, you haven't died and given the team any points or score or potential to win the game. Number two, you have distracted that person that's chasing you long enough that your teammates can either come in and kill him, or long enough that he has wasted time and you've pulled him away from an objective. When you run away, not only are you surviving, but you are screwing the other team in a multitude of different ways. Now, there's going to be situations where they chase you, and they find you, and they kill you, but you're still distracting them. The more the merrier. The more people that chase me when I'm one shot and aren't going to an objective or getting a power position on the map or shooting my teammates is a win in my books. Optimally, I'm going to get away. Optimally, I'm going to get my health back, and I can come back and join in on the fight. Your life matters, and you might have to play a little bit slower than you'd like, but in ranked, every death is massive. Every time you give them super energy, every time you give them an opportunity to outnumber your teammates, you are being a liability. Every time you run in, every time you get tilted, and you're not playing smart, you are a liability. You will lose games for your team. Legitimately, you, right there, the guy watching this video, if you aren't playing smart, if you aren't coming to play, you will lose games single-handedly, because as you move your way up in the ranks, the skill gap closes. There isn't going to be room for errors, so you better be ready to play. Now, I want you to watch me run away here, okay? I'm running away. That guy starts chasing me. I get away. My movement's not the best. He's shooting me, and for real, kills him. My teammate kills him. The guy was so focused on taking me out that my teammate came in, got the kill for free with no pressure, and that's how you win some games. Run away! Now, I've got a couple more tips for you that I think are pretty big. Number one is don't get tilted. Okay, do not get tilted, because it's going to lead to mistakes, you're going to lose, and you can't worry about it too much. As you make your way up in ranked, the skill gap between players is going to be tiny. The people that you're playing against are going to be almost identical skill to you. And if you're freaking out about a death, you just can't do it. It's like LeBron James playing against Michael Jordan, playing against Kobe. They're all fantastic. They're all good. And one guy is going to get a couple more dunks than the other in a game. Okay? You're not always going to play God tier. Maybe this isn't the best metaphor, but there's going to be situations where you lose and you don't win your duels and you feel bad. And if you let it get to you, you're just going to keep playing worse and worse and worse. And then you're going to lose even more duels. So try to get out of your head. Try to stay positive and relax. Now, my final tip, and this one is pretty hard because this is a bit of a natural thing, is gun skill, right? Overall skill in the game is something that you can't just teach. You have to learn it. You have to work on it. You need to work on your personal skill. As I said, when you go up in the ranks, you're going to be playing against players that are of very similar skill to you, right? You need to start working on you. You need to push smarter. You need to win your duels. You need to start strafing maybe more than you used to. You need to start using those supers at smarter times. You need to start throwing those grenades at better angles. And if you're not doing it right, you need to start watching your footage. Go back and watch your footage. Figure out what's going wrong with your game and work on those things. Are you losing your duels? Then get in more duels. Start using that hand cannon. Start using that scout rifle until it feels like second nature. Are your grenades not going the distance you need them? Then start aiming higher. Figure out why you're not executing the plays that you're trying to execute and fix it. Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully enjoyed the video. And I appreciate you guys supporting me. I'll see you soon, and good luck getting to Legend. Bye-bye. Oh, and maybe share these tips with your buddies so that they can, not be terrible, and you don't have to carry them so hard. Okay? Okay.